What's going on, guys? Chris here, and I have not been this excited for an unboxing in a very long time. We are looking at the brand new Gunslinger Jack by Jack Wolf Knives. And if you're thinking Jack Wolf Knives, slip joints, this is actually not a slip joint. It's their very first modern locking knife. These are going to be available at dealers starting on Friday, June 16th. I'll have a list to the authorized dealers down in the comments. And I'd love to hear from you guys. What other models in the Jack Wolf collection would you like to see a locking version of? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll share mine here in just a minute. Check that out. Awesome artwork, as always, by Sean Tiffany, the Gunslinger Jack. And it's called the Gunslinger Jack because this is based off of a traditional gun stock pattern. It's actually the same pattern as the Sharpshooter Jack, which I think was Ben's very first release. So I think it's definitely fitting that his first locking folder is a brother to the Sharpshooter Jack. Oh, you ready for this? You ready for this, guys? We've got our collectible pog with the Gunslinger. Nice, very nice. Where's the sticker? I'm your Huckleberry. Love it. Now, because this knife is going to have a pocket clip, there's not going to be one of the Jack Wolf leather slips included. But if you're somebody who likes to slip carry, you probably have some extra slips laying around, or you can pick up one of these really cool slips off of their website. I bought this one at Blade Show. So there's only going to be a limited number of these, but if you would like to carry this knife in a slip rather than the pocket clip, he's got you covered. Let's check this thing out, guys. I'm just like dying inside. Oh, what's this? Oh, we got a little, okay, so this is the recess plug. So if you want to remove the pocket clip, you can fill the hole with this little filler. And I think that means we're getting the Arctic Storm version. Oh, that would be sweet. Yes. Look at that. Oh, now that is sweet. So we did get the Arctic Storm Fat Carbon, which I love. Arctic Storm Fat Carbon. Love it. One of my favorite types of knives to collect. I'll show you some here in a second. Oof. Very first flip. No issues. Check that out. Now that is freaking cool. Titanium frame. It's a bolster lock with a steel lock bar insert. Full length anodized to match titanium backspacer. Could you get any more full length than that? And a matching anodized titanium pocket clip. Oh my gosh, that just looks so freaking good. And you don't see any screws for that pocket clip. So if you want to take off the clip and put on the plug, you will need to disassemble the knife to do so. But by doing that, you preserve the very clean aesthetic of the knife. Classic gun stock pattern. And so even though this is a modern flipper, I got to flip it again, by the way. Oof, I mean, that is just perfect. Even though it is a modern flipper, you still preserve the classic slip joint pattern with the modern interpretation, which is what Jack Wolf is all about. Modern interpretation, timeless designs, not necessarily just slip joints. As far as all the variations go, I'll try and roll in some footage here from Blade Show. We've got this one, the Arctic Storm Fat Carbon Dark Matter Gold, which always looks really good. Fat Carbon Purple Haze, that one looks sick. The Camo Carbon Toxic Green, and those four have the matching pocket clip. And the Camo Carbon Bazooka Pink, kind of cool, has like an accented color. You've got the bluish, purplish clip and backspacer. So let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. And if I had to pick another Jack Wolf knife to do a modern lock on, I think the Benny's clip would work good, doing something similar to the Gunslinger. I think that'd be a natural choice. It might be kind of cool though to do the Javelina Jack and do like kind of a subtle top flipper. I know not everybody likes a top flipper, but I think it would go good with the aesthetic to do something like on the Reverie, just Very subtle top flipper, but it works pretty well. I don't think he's going to want to do an actual like flipper tab just because of how picky he is with the aesthetic and wanting to keep true to the traditional patterns. What about thumb studs though? I mean, that might be doable. Beautiful clip point blade with a satin finish, hollow grind, nice and thin behind that edge. Love the swedge on the top. Rockwell hardness, by the way, of 61. Ben's clip points have just this really like cool and aggressive look to them. And on this one, we've got a fuller on both sides for that fuller flick. Oh, that is just perfect. Oh yeah. Whew. Yeah, so freaking good, man. You hear that ting too, really nice acoustics here. I'm going to shut up. Let me get up closer to the mic. Whew. Sounds incredible. So you can do the fuller flick, like I mentioned. You can thumb roll like that. Or you can do the front flipper. S90V on the blade still. I don't remember if I said that yet or not, which is going to give you excellent edge retention. And Jack Wolf knives are designed to be excellent slicers with the hollow grind and the S90V. It's a wonderful pairing. Nice sharpening trill as well. On the handle, again, you've got the triple flutes on the top bolster, a single flute on the bottom. All the edges, too, are chamfered and just finished really nicely. Just incredible, incredible fit and finish all the way around. Something that's really cool about this, by the way, with that full-length tie back spacer, is that that color just pops, man. It just shines right on through the blade well there. Really love how that looks. Now, I've got to confess something to you guys. When I heard that this was being released, I was a little bit worried. I trust Jack Wolf 100%. Like, we've all come to know and to expect the quality that we've seen. Like, just incredible quality, incredible craftsmanship. But I was just a little worried about this transition from the slip joints to a modern folder. And I'm honestly shocked. I'm honestly shocked and surprised how good they got it on their very first try. Pretty sure Ben has been working on this for over a year, so a lot of work went into it. But the fact that his very first release of a locking modern folder is this freaking good, crazy. That blade length is going to be about 3 1/4 inches. Cutting edge is, looks like just over 2 3/4. Handle length coming in at 4 1/8. Specs say 4.12. Overall length is just over 7 1/4. And here we are up against the Benchmade Bug Out and the Baby Banter. This is the Benny's clip in the Arctic Storm Fat Carbon. Give you a little size comparison there. And the Benny's clip is one of their bigger models. And then here we have the Javelina Jack, which is on the smaller side. There you go. And coming in with a weight of 2.9 ounces, 3 ounces. With over 4 inches of handle, that is going to be plenty of room for most people for a 4-finger grip on the knife. There is some jimping along the spine, and for me, that's right where my thumb wants to be. The centering is absolutely perfect, right down the middle. Man, that is a nice looking blade. And the lockup is solid. Early lockup, which I prefer. That's going to break in nice. I'm going to call that maybe 20%. No blade play or blade rock. The drop is, it's not a shake shut, guys. It is a manual close. Looks like we're on bearings. You know, I think I want to do a disassembly video on this one because I think it'd be interesting for people to see how you remove the pocket clip and what the internals are like, just since this is so new. I mean, it looks like we have the titanium frame with the inlay. I don't see any extra milling on the inside besides the lock. Here's what it looks like in your pocket with the clip. Man, that looks good. You know, I was thinking I want to carry this in the slip, but that looks so freaking good in your pocket with the clip. Now, as far as dislikes go, personally, I don't have any. The only thing I could really think of is you're going to probably have some people complain about access to the lock, where there's not a cutout on this side to get to the lock bar. What I like about what he did, though, especially with this knife, I think one of the priorities for Ben is preserving the lines of the slip joint pattern. And so to put a big old cutout here might have been a little bit of an eyesore. He did add some chamfers on the inside. And so even though, yeah, there's not cutout access to that lock, I haven't had any issues with disengaging the lock. Something about it it works. Just for comparison, here's some other bolster locks. We've got the Finch 1929 and the Concept Reverie. And both of these do have a little bit of a cutout to access the lock. But you can see on the Reverie, like it's nothing. Like hardly anything is removed there. And on the 1929, there's a little bit more removed. It does help when you're reaching for the lock. I'm just saying, though, I think Ben made the right choice. I'd rather have the clean aesthetic, and there's not really any issues with it. It works. So why ruin the design when it works just fine how it is? Here's some of my other Arctic Storm knives, by the way. We got the Kaiser Drop Bear, Concept Reverie, Benchmade Mini Osborne, and the G-Slip by Ostap Hell, and Real Steel. Eventually, I'm going to do a video talking about all these different knives and what I like about each of them. But these are some of my favorites, the Jack Wolfs, for sure. Let me know what you guys think about the Gunslinger Jack. Again, these are dropping on Friday, June the 16th. If there's a variation that you really, really want, I suggest you hop on it because sometimes those popular versions sell out quickly. That's it for me, guys. Thanks for watching.